Winter has finally arrived at our mounted test course in Central Washington. No better way to kick off winter season than with this, our 2024 Ford Ranger Raptor, which of course comes from the factory with the new BFG KO3 tire. Is this package any good when conditions get like this? Dude, we're gonna find out right now on Driving Sports TV. This is our 2024 Ford Ranger Raptor. We bought it as a long-term tester early in 2024, and this is its first time out in the snow, so I am really excited. The plan today is to see how many of our challenge courses it can conquer as the snow continues to build up. When it gets too sketchy, we're gonna call it good. But before we start to have fun, let's check out the key features of this Ford Ranger Raptor. Under the hood is a twin turbocharged 3-liter V6. This produces a peak 405 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. It is connected to an advanced 4-wheel drive system with an on-demand 2-speed transfer case and a 10-speed automatic transmission. Ford did send us the performance upgrade for this truck. That'll boost the torque to 536 pound-feet, but we haven't installed it yet, so this is completely stock still. We'll have another video with that upgrade in the coming weeks. The Ranger Raptor here does come standard with recovery hooks all around, plus it has locking differentials in both the front and the rear. Tires from the factory are 33-inch BFG KO3s wrapped around 17-inch alloy wheels. The KO3 is a follow-up to BFG's very popular KO2 all-terrain tire. Like the KO2, this new KO3 has a 3-peak rating for snow performance, but the KO3 should perform better due to improvements in tread design and changes in the compound. Today will be a great test for these tires. Price of the truck as you see it here with just a couple factory options, $57,590 US including destination. EPA does rate economy at 16 miles to the gallon in town and 18 on the highway. We rarely run vehicles on the challenge courses here in the winter, mostly because they're just too sketchy. But we have an early snow here. It's about 6 inches. So today is a great opportunity to see what this vehicle can do in conditions that are almost ideal. First, we're gonna go up the main line and then we're gonna try the Rattler. Woo, it's cold. So the struggle is going to be keeping everything from building up condensation, I think, on the inside here. I want to kind of have some fun here. I really want to kick this off with some fun. So I'm going to put it in drive. I'm actually going to keep it in 4 auto. I don't know. Let's look at our drive modes. Normal, sport, off-road, Baja, or rock crawl. There's also slippery, but slippery is going to try to prevent me from slipping. I don't want that. So let's just go over to Baja because that's a fun mode. We're in 4 high. It actually switched it from 4 auto, which I was in. And let's have some fun. Even with some fun, I have to be fairly responsible because these roads are not as wide as they may look. And of course, oh, why you bogging there? What the heck? That really bogged. That was not what I was expecting. Let's try this again. Let's get a little momentum. Oop, watch for that rock there. Hard to see anything. You lose any sense of depth with the snow, of course. Main throttle. Don't bog me down. That's collision detection telling me it doesn't work. Okay, there we go. We just had to wind it up a little bit. Okay, so that is actually really, really slippery here. Gotta be careful. So I can't get too exuberant because, look at that. I'm sliding sideways. They're just trying to reverse. Let's get over here. Man, this is deep snow too. This is great. Come on. So downhill, you always have to be a lot more careful than uphill because the momentum will carry you right over the edge if you let it. So we're just gonna kind of take this easy here. Can't believe how much snow we just got over the weekend. This is great. Awesome. Okay, I think we're gonna go ahead and try the Rattler. And that one we are gonna take easy and do it smart because look at that. We're just shunting everywhere. So what do I have here for rescue equipment if I get into trouble? Well, first off, I can air down the tires. That will improve grip, and we will do that when the time comes. And I want to wait to do that because I want to show you the before and after. I also have with me, of course, traction boards. And I do have a hand winch, although probably don't need to use that. Anyway, I'm slipping all over the place here in Baja mode. So let's go ahead and switch it now to slippery mode so we can see how that contrasts what we've been dealing with here. It's gonna switch me from 4 high to 4 auto. By the way, in these Ford trucks, 4 auto gets way more aggressive in the individual wheel braking. So this is considered to be a good mode for this kind of stuff. Now I'm just putting throttle on and it's just sorting it out. There's a little bit of a ledge in front of me. I can't quite see where I am next to that ledge, so I don't want to go forward. Am I already having issues here? Apparently I'm already having issues. Okay, well, let me get out and see if I can actually go down over this edge forward. Oh yeah, that compact's nice. I have a few feet to play with. So why am I not relying on the cameras? Cameras don't work very well when they're covered in snow. So I do have a couple feet to kind of get forward to get out of this rut. Let's do that. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't want to go over the edge. If I go over the edge, then I'm going to high center. Come on, I am full throttle, by the way, and it is trying very hard to get us out of this. I'm kind of doing a little bit of a tank turn here in the process, which isn't too bad. Okay, a couple feet forward, reverse again. Okay, now we're pointing in the right direction. Yikes. Wow, is this sketchy? Yes, yes it is. Woohoo! Okay, let's break some trail here. I'm gonna put it in drive. I'm gonna keep it in slippery, and we're gonna see how well that reacts. Now I haven't locked any differentials yet. I'm just rolling along and I'm full pressure on my tires, which is, come on, 36 all around. Gonna bump this, keep some momentum through the little ditch here. There's the ditch, keep momentum. Okay, now we're gonna have a slight climb with a steep climb at the end. Try not to fall off the ledge. Okay, so I can already tell I need to air down. This is ridiculous. So I'm gonna bring the air down to about 18 and we're gonna see how much that improves things. To air down, I have these little valves that are preset for, I think they're supposed to be preset for about 18 PSI each. At least that's what I think I left them at. We'll see how close we get. Oh, you can get these on Amazon, by the way. I'll put a link down in the description. Where are those valves at? Valve stems. Oh, there's one. So what do we got here? So the tire pressures are 18 in the back, 19 in the front. That's close enough. I don't really want to lock my rear locker yet. And the reason is when you move both your tires at the same rate, sometimes it can create a little lateral slip. So we just kind of want to avoid that. Even though most people are like, oh, snow, I'm going to put it in 4 low, lock everything. Yeah, don't do that. Now, there are some situations where that makes sense, but just as a default, not necessary. So what am I going to do? Let's just do this manual. Just keep it in normal. But I am going to switch this to 4 auto, and I am also going to turn traction control off. What that will do is that if it starts to get bogged down, it's not going to stop moving the tires. It's going to allow the wheels to spin a little more free. So I'm holding it down. It says resetting. Advanced track is now off. Okay, so let's just see what this does. This is normal 4 automatic. Now, why 4 automatic instead of 4 high? Fords are a little funny. If you're in 4 automatic with a vehicle that has that, it's more aggressive with its active wheel torque vectoring system. And torque vectoring systems are very good for these kind of conditions. That's why Subarus do so well in the snow, because they have a brake vectoring system that is ideal for this. So let's see how Ford's system is. Basically, we're in Subaru mode right now. And okay, that was throttle and nothing happened. Let's go back a little bit. Sometimes you get stuck in these little like ice troughs and you need to, get a little momentum. Momentum is your friend when it comes to snow and ice, but not too much momentum. I know this is rocky, but I think we'll be pretty good on this if I keep up the momentum. The tricky part's going to be the exit here, which is kind of steep and kind of falls off a little ledge. So let's see how this does. Let's check out the conditions here, see what we got. Ah, jeez. So the snow is deep. Wouldn't say quite a foot, but it's a lot of it. It's also very moist. So that means it's going to compact into ice. So now before I get started, I'm not going to just gun it here because I'm already stopped. I'm going to roll back a couple feet, give myself a little bit of a running start. There we go. Now the thing we got to look for is if we start to shunt to the side, because that's a drop. Keep a little momentum. Oop. Oh, crumb. Sliding backwards. But we stopped, so that's good. Let's go back into reverse. So instead of starting from here, I'm actually going to slowly ease down this and try again, because I'm going to use these troughs to my advantage. This is how you do it in the mountains, You basically are breaking trail by pushing all the snow and ice forward, getting what little traction you can reach down below. Oh, there's a little drifts up there, so it's actually a little deeper up there. Huh, interesting. Actually, you know what? Let's just switch to 4 high. I want that power to shift back and forth. I want more wheel spin than I really want to have wheel braking at this point. Because 4 auto, 4 high are both 4 setups. They switch automatically. I don't have to go into neutral. And I still have traction control off. So why am I not doing 4 low? Because I want that wheel spin. I want that wheel spin to propel me forward. So let's go here. Oop, starting to dig again. The nice thing is if you dig deep enough, you eventually get to traction. Eventually. Now, the road down here is rock. I have a lot of rocks laid in, but the hill is mostly dirt. So not a ton of traction even once you get down to that lower section. Okay, let's get this going. We're just gonna, So again, as fast as we can, but I don't want to shunt to the side. So I'm just gonna keep momentum. I'm gonna try to get closer to the inside. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the brakes on, but I might, okay. If I started to slide backwards, I might have to gun the gas. So we got to be careful here. Ease back. Woohoo! This is not easy, man. Okay, see if that's enough to get us some traction to get up it. Nope. The reason why I give up pretty quickly is because of trenching. If you spin your wheels too long in the same place, you start to kind of build these little ice trenches, which are a problem. Come on. As long as you're getting forward progress, then usually it's pretty good. Not so here. Okay. I'm pretty close to that edge. Not comfortable with that, that's for sure. Let's see if I can go forward to the left a little bit and swing my butt around. The worst case scenario is if my front swings left, then it goes over the edge and I could possibly roll. Now, a roll is not highly likely, but let's not test our odds here, okay? Yikes. Okay, so I'm trying to err to the inside. So, right, that was very close to the edge. We're about a foot from the edge there. Let's try this again. Now, could I air down more? Yeah, probably. I'm gonna air to the inside here. Nope. Oh man. I know some people are gonna be yelling at their screen, charge it, like just really go full throttle, but there are issues with that. And mostly it's losing control of your line, and we don't wanna do that. Man, I'm turning off these seat warmers. They are so hot in this car. Steering wheel is kind of warm too. So this time, instead of just rushing it, I'm gonna try to go up slowly and see if that improves things. Release brake, drive. I guess I gotta get moving first. So let's go down a little bit further. Woo-hoo-hoo. This snow is like, it's serious snow. This is the real stuff. Okay, let's go. Oh, bump that inside. Oh, whoa. What'd you do? Total cut of power, even though I was in, even though I turned traction off. That's annoying. Okay, this might be one of those conditions where I actually do want to lock the rear. So let's go ahead and lock the rear. Boop. So I can't lock the front in 4 high. I have to go to 4 low. Don't really want to do 4 low, so let's just see what happens here. Back a little bit. Okay, there we go. Oh. It's really surgy. Whoa. Should I call you Sergio? Whoa, see how much more I'm traveling around the road? I have better grip, but I'm also losing control easier as to where I'm pointed. Can we get up? Oh, dude. Did not enjoy that. Okay. So I said we would stop when things got sketchy. That was sketchy. That was interesting. It cut power, it rolled me back. And yeah. Got to look at that on camera to see exactly what happened there. Let's go ahead and cut that rear locker. Let's try to get this straight since I'm kind of on the edge here. Trying to rotate myself towards the hill there. Okay. The nice thing is I'm creating a pretty good berm. Oops. Rubbing the side there a little bit. What the heck? So I put it in drive, I move to throttle, and nothing happens, and I slide backwards. I don't know what that's all about. I need to look at the exterior cameras. Let's replay that and see if we can identify what just happened. We were so close. Just right there. It's 3 feet away. But that is quite a drop. That would definitely ruin the truck. Let's not try that. Dude, I do not know what just happened there. I'm playing it back. Let's watch that again. So I charge up, wheels spinning, all wheels spinning, getting me some good motion, good motion, good motion. I go up there and the power just cuts and it rolls back. And I have my foot on the throttle, but there's no power, and the truck just starts rolling back with my foot on the throttle. Once I realize what's happening, I put my foot on the brake immediately. So that's interesting, and I think I want to reach out to Ford to find out what happened there, because that's kind of nuts. Why does it always point me to the edge? Whoop. Okay. We're bridging. So, if you have Max Tracks or something, like this. Now, this is the difference between cheap tracks and good ones, is you can use a couple of these stacked to bridge over challenging sections. So, there, it should work. Will they flex? Yeah, a little bit, but that's okay. There we go. Nice. Woo! Got out of there. That was That was fun. So Ford did get back to me and they suggested that I take the Raptor to the dealer to see what kind of errors might have been logged with that incident. So here I am. Yeah, nothing. They got nothing. They got absolutely nothing. There's nothing being reported wrong with the truck. So I think the reasonable thing is to go back to the test hill and to see if we can replicate the issue one more time. The mission today is very different than the last time I was out here. Today it's all about replicating the problem and seeing if we can reproduce it, or if it was just a one-off issue. Now, of course, it's been a few days since the last test because I had to get this into a dealership, which took a couple days, but luckily we still have snow here. That said, the conditions are very different. We've had some freezing and thawing, so we have a little bit of water on top of ice, and in other areas it's still pretty soft. Like right here, it's really not that bad. However, ooh, yeah, I can feel it. This is slippery. This is actually really slippery. Let's feel the climb here. Actually, it looks like it's snowed quite a bit since last time I was here, but it has thawed. We're currently at about 34. Oh, geez, can I even get up the hill here? Let's keep it going. Keep it. Oh boy. And I'm slipping backwards already. Okay, so things are a bit of a challenge. I guess we're going to get this test started right away. Let's go ahead and switch into 4 high. I'm going to turn traction control off, and actually I'm going to do a long hold on it, so it's going to turn off advanced track. Okay, we now have that fully off. 4 high fully off, and then the last time I had an issue, I locked the rear diff, but let's not do that quite yet, because right now I'm just trying to get up a hill. Let's keep a little momentum up this. It's icy, it's slippery, yes, and I don't want to actually come crashing down on my lower neighbor's house by falling off this hill. We do have a trench on the inside for drainage, so I don't want to fall down that either, and there are some big rocks that I don't want to run into, so lots of things. I just want to keep this tracking straight and true up the hill. Okay, and we got this. Yay. Right. Whew, yeah, plenty of snow here still, which is great. So I'm not going to use the same hill I used before, mostly because it's really dangerous. Like if you start sliding back, if I can't catch it in time, or if it's a little icier even than it was last time, and it probably is now, I could slide right off that cliff. So, and yeah, it wouldn't be like a death fall, but it would definitely damage the vehicle, and I don't want to do that. Keep in mind, this is not a manufacturer supplied vehicle. This is my personal truck. I bought this off the lot. And that's also important because running into that issue of the power cut, yeah, this isn't some prototype truck. This is what you get when you buy it at the dealership. And I think it's interesting that the dealership found absolutely nothing wrong with the truck. So we know that it's operating as it thinks it should. The question is the way it thinks it should work the right way a truck should work? That power cut, it is concerning. Obviously, if you start sliding backwards, there's 2 things you can do. You can put your brake on, or you can add throttle. In my experience, sliding backward on slippery slopes, adding throttle is a much better way to counter the slide than relying on brakes. But if it cuts that throttle, not only do you lose a precious couple seconds trying a throttle that's not responsive, it actually helps you accelerate down the hill because you're wasting time on a throttle that doesn't work. You then get to the brake. Well, at that point, it might be too late. So I want my trucks to give me throttle when I say so, regardless of the condition of the truck. If the truck thinks the transmission's a little warm, that's fine. But keep in mind, I had no warnings. There's been no error codes. There's no indication that anything overheated. Today I am running a camera up here, and we're going to be monitoring the AFR, the air-fuel ratio, air inlet temperature, cylinder head temperature, and then I also have the gauges on top to show coolant, oil pressure, and transmission temperature. So we can see if those get out of scope today. Right, well, let's check out conditions here. Icy. Yeah, it's definitely thawed a bunch. This is, oh, that's a thick layer of ice on top of there. And we're right about thaw point, so it's gonna be very wet. Right, but we got plenty of snow, so let's have at it. So first, let's see, we're in normal mode, traction off. Yeah, let's just gun it. Up the main line first. Okay, well, this is working so far. It's working hard, but it's getting there. Right, so no issue there. Just keep pushing. Okay, well, let's do that again. This time in Baja mode. Baja, there we go. Let's floor it. oh, total power cut there, but it let me keep pushing. Let's try that again. So, floor it there. It's obviously managing power here. It doesn't want to have too much wheel spin, but it's allowing me a fair amount. Shifts gear. Okay. I feel like we kind of almost had a little bit of a bog there. At the very least, we are heating up things. The truck is starting to show temperatures rising. We're at halfway on everything, but still definitely within the scope of normal. So I will note that I have not aired down the tires, and the reason is I don't actually want to get more grip, because this day isn't really about trying to get through the courses. It's actually just about, I get a little moved there, it's actually about trying to see if we can replicate the problem. So extra slip should just help possibly create the same situation as before. Okay, let's try Python Pass. Line it up. Right, so I don't expect this to work, but it might be fun. Okay, with Python Pass, not only do we have a steep climb, it's also virgin snow. But there are big rocks underneath it, and there's dirt underneath it, so if we get deep enough, we might start kicking up stuff, so just listen for that. Temperatures all look good, still in Baja mode. For high, let's go ahead and put that rear locker on. Okay, rear locker on, keep front locker off, turn parking sensors off, and let's do it. Can you do it? Can you do it? No, of course not. Let's try that again. Just gotta just move our way through. See how this system does. Ooh, so slippery. Wow, trenched that up. Let's try that again. And floor it. Ooh. Come on! This is kind of ridiculous. Wow, that is quite a transition. Never actually tried Python Pass in the snow because it's a fairly new trail for us. Just built it last year. Come on. Nope. Oh, did get that surge. Had that surge last time too. Whoa, whoa. Temperatures are all holding in normal space. Cylinder head's getting pretty warm at 203, but that should be all within spec. Okay, well that was probably a little too difficult. Let's try, we have another little hill over here. That might be a little something that is actually doable. No, because this is looking like it's ain't too doable. Okay, let's check out this snow. Yeah, that is very deep. Icy on the surface, compacts very quickly. Yeah, this might do the trick. Get my pressures there. Let's see if we can get up this without breaking anything. Spinning wheels here. And then it cuts. My foot is full throttle right now, and it cut traction because it detected, that's interesting, because it detected it wasn't getting anywhere or something. Let's try that again. Oh, bog, full throttle, and now it goes. It's not quite the same though. It was really abrupt before. And cuts. It is cutting up full throttle, by the way, right now, and it's down to 1,000 RPM. And it's not making any progress. It's very surgy. I think that maybe that's the problem. It's cutting throttle, waits a moment, gives me throttle back. So if I time it just right, like, it's not giving me throttle when I'm asking for it. It's flashing traction control, so it thinks that it knows best, but it doesn't. I think Ford's traction control is not very good. Like there, full throttle, and it just cuts it down to 1,000 RPM. But this isn't as much of an incline, so I'm not sliding backwards. See, my foot's off the pedal, I'm not going backwards. It's just not that steep of a climb here. Steep enough to get into trouble though. Let's try the ladder here. So I'm in Baja mode. Actually, let's turn off Baja mode. Just go back to normal. I'm in 4 high. Make sure traction control is completely off. There we go. I'm gonna do 4 high. Okay. Sure those are displayed. Oh, and let's turn on that rear locker. Let's do it. Come on, you gonna do it? Surge. No. Okay, let's try it again. Nope. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Almost got it. We're inching, we're inching, we're inching, just like we did the last time. Inching, inching, inching. Oh, okay. That was not quite the same. Surge, nope. Cylinder head up to 228. Oh, it's making that little slightly different fan sound or something. I heard that last time too. Let's go again. Oh, can we do it? Oh, okay. So that, it does have a big surge and then it just takes it away from you. Cylinder head's at 221, inlet is at 145. Everything else is showing within normal, though on the high side. Although this is actually doing a pretty incredible job making it inch by inch. That was me that time. One more time. Oh, hit a rock. I think we can get all the way to the top. Let's try. Charge. Yeah, it seems to be a little icy here. full throttle. My foot is all the way down. Oh man, that is a spectacular view today. Oh, it's deep. Nice. Let's wrap this up. And I have some theories here that I want to share with you. So I think that what I experienced on Tuesday, a few days ago, wasn't a bug, it was a feature. It's just the way this Ford Ranger Raptor works with its traction control systems. And thinking about it, we actually experienced the exact same problem today. It just wasn't as obvious as it was on Tuesday. So it was more obvious on Tuesday because I was on a hill, and when the power cut, it didn't cut all the way to 0 because the motor was obviously still going. It cut it all the way down to 1,000 RPM, which happened today. But because the incline wasn't as extreme and because I wasn't on as slippery of a surface, the weather is a little warmer today and that can change things, the truck didn't start sliding backwards. So if you're on an incline and it does cut power and you do go to 1,000 RPM and you have no throttle input, yes, you're gonna slide. That is what I encountered today. So, is that a problem for the Ford Ranger Raptor? Well, in the back of my head, I'm always going to be calculating, is this going to be dangerous if it cuts throttle on this particular climb? Yeah, that's going to be in the back of my head from now on. I am going to send this information over to Ford. We'll see if they respond. If they do, we'll include it in a future video. We do have coming up the performance tune for this truck. If Ford gets back to us about this issue, then we'll include some information in that video, which will be out in early 2025. So we did learn something, and I want to thank you for coming along with me. This has been quite a journey, and I love these videos where we actually learn something new. And today I learned Ford's traction control system. Yeah, it can be annoying. For Driving Sports TV, I'm Ryan Douthit. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share videos. We make them for you, and I hope you enjoy them. I really hope making them. I especially like making these type of videos where we actually learn something new. If I don't see you again before 2025, thank you for a great 2024. You make this lifestyle possible for me, and I am forever grateful for that. Yeah, that's all I got. We'll see you in 2025.